starting a YouTube channel in 2021. I've got a lot. I've got a lot to say about this because being somebody who's been a YouTuber for 9 years, it's going to be coming to, right? You have been a YouTuber for how long? How long have you been making YouTube videos? Quite longer than me, I
Uh,
would say.
yeah, since 29, that's 29, 2009.
2000.
So, yeah,
So
yeah. It's,
12 years, so longer than me, right?
yeah, it's gonna be
Now,
12 years, yeah.
now with me, I've got a bit of a love-hate relationship with YouTube, to be honest. So I love
Hmm.
YouTube because if it wasn't for YouTube, we wouldn't be here. My motto in life has always been make your own opportunities, right? Don't wait around for something to come. And I think YouTube is the perfect place for that. I mean, you could say the same for a lot of the other social media platforms, but I think YouTube in particular, because of how it's set up and how you can grow and how you can also monetize your content very quickly compared to other platforms. And, that's something that I absolutely love about YouTube. We didn't come from backgrounds where we were like, okay, we're just gonna, had any sort of experience here. We just decided to pick up cameras and start to make content. Now that's one side of it. But the other side of it, I mean, if you asked me a few years ago, I'd be like, yeah, YouTube, go YouTube. Everybody should be a YouTuber. But the algorithm is definitely a struggle and it's quite challenging. So now I'm a lot more realistic when I give people advice about starting a YouTube channel because it's not as easy as it may seem for a lot of people. You see a lot of these content creators, come up from nothing and it's just like, yeah, I can do that, which is great. But I think you do have to be quite realistic based on the challenges and purely the competition. So in 2013, I believe, I had 8,000 subscribers, right? And I got invited to do a talk at a university about YouTube. And I was like, hey, my first talk and everything. And I remember I did some research back then. And I think it was around 100 hours of YouTube video was being uploaded every single minute, right?
Hmm.
That number is now 500 hours of YouTube video being uploaded every single minute. So it's never been
Ah,
more competitive either.
yeah, no, I mean, I actually thought that number would be higher, but I definitely agree with you with that mindset. So around 2013, maybe 2014, if you asked me then, I said it was late to become not a YouTuber. Somebody asked me a question around that time about being a tech YouTuber, very specific. And I said it was late to be a YouTuber, though since then we've seen a lot of people come into the game. And I definitely agree with you that now it's very, very tricky. The reason I say this is I joined this new social network. It's still an invite only called Clubhouse.
Mm,
It's a mixture of like having your own Reddit style rooms, but in an audio format where you have speakers and people can listen, and it's a great experience. And there are a bunch of rooms that have opened up about YouTubers and YouTube help, and other YouTubers are trying to give people tips. And I joined a couple of rooms and I listened first, just listened to the uh, agony of people who are starting YouTube channels, and it's very, very painful. It's one of those where a lot of things are not straightforward in understanding the analytics to even just what to do, like best practices as well.
mm.
So you've always got this thing where a lot of YouTubers, especially who are starting now, go through a lot of just a very painful process of trying to just do the best practices to move forward. So I mean,
It's it's challenging. That's
it's
what I'm trying to
tough.
say.
It's yeah, yeah,
What
yeah.
I guess what I would say is I still think it's a great opportunity, and my advice would be do it, right? Because you're only going to get better. None of us have, if you speak to any successful YouTuber, right? We know quite a few friends, and whenever we speak to them, they all hated their first videos, and that's the same thing's going to happen with yourself as well. You will likely not like your first videos. The great thing right now is there's much less in terms of setup that you need to be able to create videos because now we've got smartphone cameras, which is so much better. I remember that my channel actually started with DSLR cameras because that's what I was really into. Now, smartphone cameras are so good. You can actually start recording video, pretty good video with a minimal budget. So I would say go ahead, try it out, but be careful about what you're doing it for. If you're doing it to become rich or become famous, I think these are the wrong reasons to become a YouTuber. What you should make YouTube videos for is what you're passionate about. What do you want to share with the world, right? What's already not there. The other mistake that I see a lot of YouTubers doing, especially in the tech world, they're like, they want to be the next MKBHD, right? And Marquez is already there and he's already killing it. So why do we need another Marquez Brownlee, right? Now it's all well and good being inspired, but he's already killing the game. Why is somebody going to watch you over what he's doing, right? So I think it's important to kind of look at that, and fair enough, be inspired by your favorite creators, but create content that's firstly going to be yourself. It's going to be unique and it's going to be your personality, but also something that's bringing value to the audience. Why are people going to watch your videos? And one of the quotes that I've always stuck by is, don't try to make people watch your videos. Make videos that people want to watch, right? And that's really how you will grow an audience, because sure, you can make videos whatever you want, but if you really want to gain an audience, you need to be providing value to your viewers.
No, absolutely. I mean, it's one of the good pieces of advice you gave me when we were trying to restructure things on my channel a couple of years ago, where, we switched to more gaming videos on the channel. And it's stuff I like to do anyway, but understanding that my audience really loves that stuff. And, when you start looking at the analytics of your channel, as you build one, you realize that there are certain things people gravitate to on your channel. Now, it may not be the thing you initially started with. I think what people need to understand is you can always pivot and move. And if it's something you're creating, you can mix in even the things that don't work well, but just some of the topics in there. So I do gaming, for instance, but I like talking about other things in devices. So I still will mention the camera. Just because I'm doing gaming doesn't mean I can't say that the device doesn't have a good camera and stuff like that.
Totally.
So I think it's understanding that pivot nature and going, you know what, I love to do this, but if people are not really gravitating to this, but they like this other thing more, then you know what, let's see what that is, and let's see how we can grow that aspect out, as opposed to just trying to force one lane. All the way.
Totally. Always adapt. This is something that I have conversations with everybody. It's like, it's very easy to get stuck in a rabbit hole and just keep doing the same thing. It's always important, I think, every few months, kind of take a step back, look at the content that you've created. So if you started up and you've created 10 videos over 3 months, have a look at those 10 videos. Okay, what are people watching? What are people not watching? What do I need to change? What do I need to adapt? And it's very important to keep doing that over and over, because once you're in the zone, it's very difficult to kind of see it from the outside. And it's also important having friends. So like, myself and E, we speak very regularly, and I'll see something that he does. I'm like, no, dude, we can't upload that, right? No, we need to do something different. And in the same way, E will see something and I'll be like, I'll run an idea past him and it'll be like, yeah, I'm not too sure about this. Maybe you need to change it this way. So I think it's also important to find others who are in a similar field to you and trying to bounce off each other as well. That's very important too.
True. And don't forget to reach out. I mean, it may seem daunting to reach out to other creators that you like. And when I mean reach out, I mean, you can ask for advice and questions and say, look, I would like to know, what's a good routine or setup or things like that. And a lot of us will reach out and answer and say, hey, guys, okay, look, I know you're starting off. Just try this. We looked at some of the stuff you've done. I tend to do that a lot with different creators because I understand how hard it is. I don't have a film background. I used to be a microbiologist, so completely different view, and I understand it's difficult. So reaching out and asking some very poignant questions, you definitely will get feedback from a lot of creators, just helping you kind of just take those first steps.
So yeah, guys, so basically what Thunder is saying is if you want any advice, his inbox is open. No, but like really, I think this will be, in terms of reaching out to creators, I think this will be a really good topic for a future episode where we can kind of deep dive on the best ways to do that. Because what you don't want to come across as is, because my inbox is full all the time with people who may as well just say, I want your subscribers, right? Because I would prefer that you went in straight and just asked for that, because they don't watch your videos. it's purely just, you know, like a one-way street. So I think there's quite there's the right way to, you know, ask for advice and try to get a collaboration, and there's a wrong way. And you know, I think that's going to be a really good topic to also look at in a future episode.
Yeah, no, definitely. I definitely think that there are some very poignant ways, but yeah, we need a whole podcast for that one.
That's going to be a big one. But yeah, so starting a YouTube channel, I would say, yeah, go ahead and do it. Experience is what will make you better. And it might be something that you're not into. I mean, like, you know, I've seen a lot of people who want to start a YouTube channel. They'll try it for a few months and they'll be like, actually, you know what, this isn't for me. And just realizing that as well, and then moving on to different types of content creation, whether that be short form content creation, like some, you know, on TikTok or somewhere else, that's still an option. But until you don't try it, you won't know. I hope you enjoyed that clip. If you want to hear the full podcast episode, then that will be linked down below. And if you want to see more clips like this, then be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss them. Thanks for watching. This is Saf on SuperSaf Speaks, and I'll see you next time.